What would you do with 1 million Robux? Now, this is a question many of us ask ourselves, ask our friends, more of as a hypothetical, not a reality, because many of us who play Roblox, I would assume the vast majority, 99% of us, don't have a million Robux just laying around to actually use and spend. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about one such person who actually had 1 million or more than 1 million, in this case 4 million Robux, and spent it all on one item. And this was the most expensive sale ever in Roblox's trading history. Before we get into the details, make sure you smash the like button on this video. If we can get 50 likes in this video, you're gonna win your next game of Arsenal, I promise. It worked last time for everyone else who liked this video, so just go ahead and like the video, just right down there. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that little red subscribe button, because not everyone who watches my videos is subscribed. So go ahead, what are you waiting for? It's totally free. Now, there's a developer out there who recently spent 4 million Robux, and that developer is MiniToon. You may have heard of MiniToon. He has a place which you may have played before. It's called Piggy. It has a couple hundred visits, you know, you've probably played it. MiniToon recently spent 4 million Robux on one single item in Roblox. Now, that is an insane amount of money. If you go ahead and look at the developer exchange program, which developers can exchange the Robux they get from the games that they make. So Piggy has like 5 billion visits. So he's made a lot of Robux off of Piggy. And if you look at the chart here, you can see that it's worth roughly 14,000 USD, which is a crazy amount of money. I mean, that can get you a car, a down payment on a house in the US or even Canada where MiniToon lives. Like, that's a crazy amount of money. Now, what is this item that MiniToon bought for 4 million Robux? It is a Roblox tablet. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a Roblox tablet? Because I was pretty curious what it was too. I had kind of heard of these over the years, but I never really knew what it was. So it was a limited edition item that came out with a tablet back in late 2012. There was only 20 of these in game, which Roblox released alongside an actual tablet when Roblox came to the tablet to mobile for like the first time ever in like November of 2012. The original owner of this tablet was Braden99, and on July 27th, 2020, he sold it to MiniToon for 4 million Robux. So that seems like a pretty unique, interesting purchase for MiniToon to make, to spend 4 million Robux on this tablet, which essentially does nothing. I mean, if you had 4 million Robux, you'd probably spend it on like a couple of Dominuses or maybe a Domino Crown or something like that, like an actually like really sought after collectible limited that you could trade over time once it goes up in value. I mean, these tablets have gone up in value since they were originally around like 10 or 20,000 Robux. And so, I mean, 4 million now, that's a pretty steep increase. But I mean, the market for them is clearly so low if like this guy, Braden, has had it for almost 8 years and never sold it until now. So KonekoKitten put out a video talking about this and kind of like asking why MiniToon bought this tablet, which sparked MiniToon to post a response on Twitter. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about his response and kind of explain why he bought this tablet. So basically, it boiled down to MiniToon had always wanted one of these tablets since 2012. He had talked about it and joked about owning one with his friends, and apparently a few years ago, or maybe earlier this year, he was able to actually buy one for 1 million Robux from someone. Apparently the person he bought his first tablet from earlier this year or sometime recently, he bought it for 1 million Robux and they didn't actually want to sell it for some reason, so he returned it and got his 1 million Robux back. And now that brings us to this week, where he bought one for 4 million Robux, and he was very happy about it. He had it, he was able to equip it, he built a place where you could have gears allowed, because I guess this is like, the item is considered a gear, and so you have to have like a special place that allows avatars to equip it, and he made one, and he put it on, and he felt accomplished. Like, this was a goal he had had for almost 8 years, and he finally achieved it, which, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have had goals in our lives, you know, and to have one for 8 years, and to finally achieve it, probably was like very satisfying for MiniToon, because I mean, it's not always like the end result that's like great, but it's like the journey. And so I'm sure like the last 8 years of like developing on Roblox and making different games, and now with Piggy becoming the huge success that it is, to finally kind of reap the benefits of that and to be able to buy this tablet, I'm sure was very satisfying for MiniToon. As fate would have it, MiniToon woke up the following day and found out that the tablet had been returned to the original owner, Braden99, and his 4 million Robux had been returned to his inventory. And how this happened, he's not really sure, but his best guess is that the item was stolen, which I'm not really sure how that works because the tablet has Braden99's name on it. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I mean, like I said, I don't know too much about these tablets or how they work or kind of the backstory behind them. But anyways, MiniToon did get to own it for 1 day, which he was very happy about. And in hindsight, he's kind of glad that it did get returned because, as he said, it was maybe like the Roblox god's way of saying, don't own this item. It's a waste of 4 million Robux. And so now maybe MiniToon will actually like cash out that 4 million Robux and get the $14,000 and do something with that, you know, in real life. Maybe buy a new car or a house or just something else that he wants in his life. But he was able to have the item for a day. It was a lifelong goal of his, or maybe a lifelong Roblox goal of his, and he finally achieved it. So that's great for him. And unfortunately, you know, all good things have to come to an end, and the tablet for him came to an end, but he got to own it. At the very end here, MiniToon acknowledges that it was kind of an odd purchase, but everyone's different. Everyone has their own likes, their own dislikes, kind of goals they set for themselves, which is very true in life. You know, just because you like something doesn't mean anyone else likes that, or you know, just because someone else has a different like or preference, you know, they're entitled to that just as much as you're entitled to yours. And you know, you don't need to hate on someone just because they like something that you don't like. But MiniToon says that he was happy with the purchase, but he's also kind of glad that it got returned because he was able to kind of check that off of like his bucket list or his goal list for his life, that he was able to own it for 1 day. But anyways, that is my thoughts on this whole situation. I think it's really cool that MiniToon was able to buy this. He was able to own it for a day. I mean, if I had 4 million Robux, I would definitely be buying like a Golden Dominus and maybe some other really cool limiteds, like I think it's the green bow tie, which was the first bow tie ever in game, and it's like, I don't know, like 500,000 Robux. Like that's something I've always wanted, and maybe one day I'll be able to get it. So let me know down in the comments what you would buy with 1 million or even 4 million Robux. Would you save it? Would you cash it out through the developer exchange program if you got the Robux through being a developer? Or would you just save it for maybe like a future limited item? Let me know in the comments. And anyways, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.